Welcome everyone, Costin here with Thronebreaker, Witcher Tales, playing as Queen Meve during the war, the first war, or rather the second war with Nilfgaard. This is a campaign I started a while ago, the second campaign I was doing of this game. I wanted to do a completionist playthrough, but then I quit it because, well, sadly enough, the game doesn't necessarily have the highest amount of replayability. Story's pretty good though. And this is going to lead to the Battle of the Bridge, an important moment in the Witcher universe, at least if you're Geralt of Rivia. Anyway, I am in a swamp in Angren, and my goal is to go through all of this, being pursued by Nilfgaardians as Queen Meve to reach the bridge.
The Lyrians marched in silence, too tired to keep in step with the drums. Suddenly, the wind rose to a howl, and there was a loud crash of thunder.
Blast!
Meve leapt from her saddle.
We camp here. Pitch the tents, quickly, quickly!
As the soldiers rushed to unload the wagons, a wall of water came down, soaking them to the bone. Later, they sat in their leaky tents, huddled, teeth chattering, violent coughs rocking their frames. The storm raged the night through, then finally passed before dawn. Meve emerged from her tent to wring out her coat. Reynard approached, his gait heavy, his face grim.
Your Majesty, several men of the 11th, a dozen or so, sought to flee last night. Sentries stopped and bound them. Now they await your judgment.
Meve fastened her still wet coat. She knew well why the men had tried to desert. They longed for their kin, had lost sight of victory. Perhaps even no longer believed. Yet the marching and fighting seemed destined to go on forever. The Queen sympathized. She too was spent, and many doubts plagued her. Yet she knew the deserters had to be punished. The question was, to what extent? Meve entered the tent where the prisoners stood. Some of the men looked away, ashamed at their deed. Others raised their gazes to meet hers, their eyes red, tearful, pleading.
You all know the penalty for desertion.
Meve said to the soldiers bound at wrist and foot.
I ought to have every last one of you hanged. Yet, we've come far along a treacherous road. Endured hardships extreme. This I considered against your crime. You shall lose rank and receive no pay for 1 year. Now get out of my sight. Immediately!
The deserters mumbled their gratitude and rushed out of the tent, fearing the Queen might yet change her mind. Meve then left for her quarters, anger and bitterness eating her up from the inside.
She is a queen no longer. That's one of the fundamental aspects here. The men who follow her chose to follow her. We're not obligated to do so. That is a significant aspect in a decision like that. Let's see. Alright, we have a battle. Alright, this is gonna be a standard battle. I have a pretty solid deck. I'm going to make use of said deck. A water hag.
This harvest, we'll be reaping black-clad heads. My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Hey, don't toss that, it's perfectly usable.
The unworthy shall be punished.
All right.
Our ballista, your command. There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Indeed. Ooh.
One bolt's all I need.
Okay.
All right, that's no problem. My pain serves a purpose.
I'm gonna call in a royal decree.
We must trust each other.
Again and again and again.
Aye.
Feel any burning? See a local healer or wise woman.
Give me a target.
Left, right, left, right.
Alright, so these regular battles are not exactly the greatest thing in the world.
Necessity! Invention's mum.
Ah, should have listened to me old lady.
For Demavend!
Something from nothing. It's exactly what I do.
Our ballista, your command.
It's not too late to walk away.
What's a helmet if not a pot turned over?
This harvest, we'll be reaping black-clad heads.
So that was a regular battle. Hmm. Another regular battle, a standard one. Foglets, huh?
Hey, don't toss that. It's perfectly usable.
One boat I need. Give me a target.
Gods blast it! My breastplate chafes. Death is only the beginning!
Ooh.
Our ballista, your command.
This Algol has a lot of
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Aye.
Company! Forward march!
Necessity. Invention's mum.
Armor won't say.
The unworthy shall be punished.
Okay, I won this one. Down to 4 cards. He almost had me, but...
Left, right, left, right. Again and again.
Sorry, turnips back for an encore.
Should have listened to me, old lady.
Fear not. We shall achieve our goals.
This harvest, we'll be reaping black-clad heads.
Army's a waste of time
I'll
for
fight
one.
to my last breath.
My spirit's willing and
Haven't done in a jiffy.
Damn boots are killing me.
When will you ever learn?
Wait, you're serious?
Okay. Summoning a wolf. No way he can win in 2 cards. Just wasn't gonna happen.
Yes? I must go.
You need my help with...
Time I attended to other...
I'm pleased.
Duty calls.
Of course. Should...
Ah, there we go. Not enough resources? Are you kidding me? Well, I guess I need even more cards.
While accustomed to life mid swamp monsters and black magic, Angren's denizens never dared enter Isgith. The Lyrians only once saw signs of a human presence there, when they spotted a group of thatched roof huts amongst alders.
That settlement, is it inhabited?
Meve asked, turning to her scouts.
Impossible to say from this distance, Your Grace.
The Lyrians entered the village, swords in hand, prepared to fight. But not a soul nor a beast came forth. Some homes had collapsed from rot, while tall grass concealed the paths between them. Yet, someone had been there not long past, for fresh ghoul cadavers lay by the well. Meve knelt beside the corpse of one cut clear in half. The beast's killer had been exceptionally strong, and wielded a razor-sharp sword.
More likely to come around.
Meve leapt to her feet. A man in thick leather armor had emerged from one of the huts. Transfixed by his cat eyes, the Queen nonetheless sensed he was rather badly hurt.
Were that true, my scouts would have blown their horns.
The man pulled out a pendant shaped like a bear's head. It hummed and twitched as if striving to free itself of its chain.
Far as monsters go,
he said, lips curling into an unpleasant smile.
Witchers aren't usually wrong.
A moment later, a scream pierced the air. Quickly, instinctively, Meve drew her sword and lunged forth.
Golds. Shorten battle, extra cards.
They approach! Seems you were right.
This harvest, we'll be reaping black-clad heads. Give me a target.
I feel a strong magic here, my lady. Something controls these creatures.
Fear not! We shall achieve our goal! All right, that's no problem.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
I'll fight to my last breath. What? Oh, yes, I'm on it.
Necessity! Invention's mum.
I fear not, for faith guides me.
Make love, not war.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me. Arbalist at your command.
Coin never stinks, no matter how rank the pouch.
Okay. It's over. Saved by Ake.
That'll be the last of them. Should be quiet for a bit.
Victory then.
The Lyrians emerged victorious, due in no small part to the Witcher.
Thanks for the help. Name's Ivo, Witcher, School of the Bear.
So, a godless mutant.
Ake, I shall do the talking. Meve, Queen of Lyria and Rivia.
Well, well. Didn't expect to see anyone out here. And certainly not a queen with an army in tow.
We're not here by choice.
I bet not. No one plans to pass through Isgith.
And you? What's brought you here? A contract, perchance?
That's right. Hunting a monster.
I know your services to be rather dear. Who could afford a witcher's bounty in these wretched swamps?
Nilfgaardians.
Blast, of course. Preparing the land for settlement. Cull the monsters, drain the swamp, then bring in slaves. Doubtless from the north.
Maybe. I got paid in advance. I didn't see the need to ask any questions.
But did you have to take the coin? Don't you see what they're doing?
Forgive me, your majesty, but seems to me you're confusing witchers with knights-errant. We don't fight oppression, right wrongs, or avenge orphans. We slay monsters for coin. And it don't matter whose head's on the front or whose coffers it's from.
As I said, your majesty, selfish mercenaries devoid of emotion. No empathy, no justice, no code. Interested only in gold.
Downright evil to demand pay for the work you do.
This beast you're out to slay, what is it?
Hang on. You mean to tell me you've led your force into Isgith and don't even know what lives here?
I believe I was clear. We're not here by choice.
Yeah, but now that you are here, it'll take a minor miracle to get you out. Isgith swamps, realm of a truly dangerous being. Elves call it Gernichora, the Bloody Mistress. Over generations, locals twisted the name until it became Gernichora.
Indeed. I've heard it.
So you've also probably seen her beloved fruit, leeches and ticks. You'd all be wise to stay away from them.
This Gernichora, what is she exactly?
Depends who you ask. Elves saw a fallen goddess in her. Never managed to cut her down while they lived here, but they did stem her growth, kept her from growing stronger. As for the local humans, spirit of a cursed princess, that's their take. Deep belief, actually.
Care to elaborate?
Stories that she was riding north to marry a Temerian duke. Whole retinue and caravan got lost, wagons got stuck, everybody drowned in the bog. Quicksand got him, that sort of thing. Gernichora grabbed a root before the quagmire swallowed her whole. Hollered for hours, but there wasn't a soul around to hear her. Leeches, hundreds covered her, settled in for a royal feast. Sucked her dry, drained her to pretty much the last drop. Fear and revulsion so completely overcame her spirit, she couldn't pass into the afterlife. So she came back, revived by Isgith's magic.
Ugh. A chilling tale.
Yeah, except made up, probably. Don't believe the elven legends either. Gernichora's a monster, plain and simple. Extremely dangerous, sure, but just a monster.
Legends oft contain a grain of truth, your grace. Particularly those that end in tragedy.
The leeches and ticks, you called them her fruit.
It's kinda complicated.
We've time enough.
Gernichora's a little like a vampire. They're kindred creatures. Except, instead of feasting on the blood of others, she feeds them her own.
I'm not certain I understand.
They're parasites, right? She puts them on her body, feeds them her own blood. Then hangs them on shrubs and trees.
Ugh, to what end?
To other monsters, they're delicacies. Sweet, juicy, full of Gernichora's blood. Irresistible. Any beast that tastes that loses its mind, turns into Gernichora's slave. So, if your paths cross and push comes to shove, she's not gonna be alone. Find yourself fighting the whole damn swamp.
How are we to fight her? How might she be killed?
Sorry, sharing secrets. Just not something we do.
Not even with those who saved your life just moments past?
We gotta wait till she starts feeding the parasites. She's weakest then. Stand a chance to hurt her.
Right. So we attack only once she puts the leeches to her skin.
Yeah. And when you kill her, if you kill her, any beasts under her spell will weaken considerably. And then, you gotta burn her corpse. I mean it, understand? Burn it.
And you? Will you not hunt her any longer?
No, I will. Just need to prepare. Realized that today. Gotta brew some potions, blade oils. Come back in a few days.
I don't even have that much time. Nilfgaard's hordes pursue us. I must march on.
In that case, wish you luck. Lots of it.
I suppose there's no argument that would persuade you to ride with us.
Your Grace, Mutations strip us of emotion, not reason.
Let him go. He'll not be missed, Your Majesty. He and his ilk, they're simply not to be trusted.
The Witcher vanished midst the trees. And Meve simply hoped her soldiers had not overheard any part of their conversation.
All right. Well. Hold on. All right, we got stuff there.
Caldwell had summoned Nilfgaardian support. Meve assumed they were not far behind. Yet in the unforgiving terrain, a full Nilfgaardian division could not hope to close the gap. Small detachments, however, light cavalry or footmen, could very well do just that. So when black-clad men emerged from the mist, the Queen was not surprised. She ordered her troops to fall in, form up, and brace to defend the line. Yet the attack never came. The invaders stood silent, motionless, and Meve got a closer look. They were slouched, ashen-faced, unsure of step, and covered in sores. Isgith had treated them as cruelly as any. Teetering in his saddle, the commander broke formation. He rode forth and addressed the Queen in fluent common tongue.
Half my men are wounded, the others sick. Your force does not fare much better.
True. Yet we outnumber you soundly.
Indeed. If it comes to combat, you are certain to win. But in this damn swamp, all wounds fester. Flesh is quick to rot. You will lose many more apart from those who fall.
What do you mean, precisely?
Asked the Queen, her eyes narrowing, her head tilted to the side.
We should part ways in peace. There's a war on, there'll be another chance to fight. Perhaps even face one another. But not here. And not like this.
Suddenly unsure, the Queen weighed the officer's words. Their logic was sound, though they could also prove a ruse.
Your Grace.
Xavier's voice came from behind Meve's back.
We can't let them pass. They've done only harm, and they'll not stop and go home.
Let them go. I mean, originally I fought them because there's an entire fucking Nilfgaardian army coming after you, but yeah, let them go. There's a reason behind restraint in war, in some ways.
So be it. I accept.
Meve answered after thinking a while.
We shall cross swords some other day, beneath a clear sky, on solid ground.
I will hold you to your word, Majesty,
replied the Nilfgaardian, then raised his arm in salute. The retreating Imperials marched past the Lyrians. Along the slim path, their shoulders nearly touched. Meve soldiers glared from beneath their brows, their eyes locked on the foe till the last vanished in the woods. Then, collectively, they let out a sigh of relief.
All right, battle. A standard battle. whenever a vampire is displayed, boosted by 2.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
You sure about that? One boat's all I need. Give me a target.
Left, right, left, right.
You'll never take me alive!
Arbalista, your command.
Okay.
Armor won't save.
So much anger and suffering. For what?
Again and again and again.
What? Oh, yes, I'm on it.
Aye.
I fear not, for faith guides me.
Should have listened to me, old lady.
Okay. Victory.
What's a helmet if not a pot turned over?
This harvest will be
Her Majesty
reaping
knows
black
what she's doing.
flowers.
Left, right, left, right.
Tomorrow I'll drink with our forefathers! A dram of glue, a bit of soldering, a rivet or two, and it's good as new.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see who has the better card.
Oh, could murder a pint.
Okay.
Again and again and again. Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Discipline shall bring us victory!
Coin never stinks, no matter how rank the pouch.
Scheiß! In! Scars? No, they don't hurt.
Oh shit. I need to fight again. That went poorly.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow.
Oh, could murder a pint.
Aye. Our ballista, your command.
Again and again and again.
Should have listened to me old lady.
Enough chit-chat. Draw your weapon.
One bolt all I need.
Oh, sorry, turnips back for an encore.
Something from nothing? It's exactly what I do.
Give me a target.
Our ballista, your command.
Quiet, or the Commissar will hear.
Okay, so the first round is won. There's Ike.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
My scars? No, they don't hurt.
Left, right, left, right. Again and again and again.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
I fear not, for faith guides me.
Tomorrow I'll drink with our forefathers!
And just when you thought things were about to get dull.
Yeah, Gascon.
It's not too late to walk away.
That did hurt.
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
Alright, Odo.
What's a helmet if not a pot turned over?
Brach! Scheiß! In! Zwei! Have her done in a jiffy.
All right. There she is.
Valyrian force had reached the very heart of Isgith. From every branch, vine, and shrub hung leeches and ticks by the dozen. Swollen with blood, their abdomens glistened, glowing red in the misty air. Air so putrid it set Maeve's head to spinning. She paused at a moss-covered boulder, pressed her flushed forehead against its cool surface. Her soldiers passed by, pallid, filthy, drained. She wished to say something, lift their spirits. But instead a cough rattled her breast. Suddenly, splashes all around Maeve in the water, as if a rain of fist-sized drops had begun to fall. The Queen lifted her heavy gaze. Seemingly on command, ticks and leeches dropped into the warm, soupy waters, then clumsily wriggled off toward a dead alder grove. Maeve knew at once what skulked behind the trees. Gernichora, Isgith's mistress. Isgith's queen.
Weapons at the ready!
The queen roared.
Close ranks!
The Lyrians quickly converged, formed a wall of shields, and crouched behind them. Terrified, they stared as a multitude of eyes flashed open midst the branches while revolting, muck-covered beasts rose from the gurgling waters around. Maeve silently uttered a prayer. Hail Melitele, great mother, maiden and crone, ever have us in your care.
All right.
Everyone, rally to me!
Lose not hope. 'Tis always darkest before the dawn.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow.
We must trust each other.
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
Majesty! These parasites! They feed on our blood!
Oh shit.
Aye.
For Demavend!
Okay.
Prepare to fight, if you've any honor.
Hey, don't toss that. It's perfectly usable.
Okay, I need to change some things in my deck. Let me try.
Valyria sudden.
Weapon! Everyone, rally to me!
Lose not hope. 'Tis always dark.
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
I fear not, for faith guides me.
I'm a war servant. Lyria! One bolt's all I need.
Majesty! These parasites! They feed on our blood!
I'll fight to my last breath.
Alright, the monster trophy needs to go.
Valyria sudden.
Weapons and...
Alright, defeating onto the monster trophy is just asking to lose, basically.
Everyone, rally to me!
Lose not hope. 'Tis always darkest before the dawn.
Army's a waste of time for one like me. Left, right, left, right.
Majesty! These parasites! They feed on her blood!
Blood washes away all shame!
Again and again and again.
Getting to work.
Armor won't say.
Lyria!
One boat's all I need. Should have listened to me, old lady.
For you, pal! Anything.
How quickly the scales tip.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
These ghastly beasts can be slain. They can be overcome.
You sure about that?
A dram of glue, a bit of soldering, a rivet or two, and it's good as new.
Ah, you need to actually eliminate her.
Everyone, rally to me!
Lose not hope. 'Tis always darkest before the dawn.
Should have listened to me, old lady.
Off to the front yet again.
Left, right, left, right.
Majesty! These parasites! They feed on her blood!
Armor won't say.
Again and again.
We must trust each other.
A knight should help. Our codex commands it.
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
Getting to work.
One boat's all I need.
How quickly the scales tip.
I'll fight to my last breath.
These ghastly beasts can be slain. They can be overcome.
Give me a target.
You sure about that?
I believe it's dead.
Of the battle in Isgith, Meve remembered very little. It seemed a nightmare, its details a haze, the sensations very real. Midst a thick fog, she fought in a frenzy, desperately hacking at the scourge that advanced from all sides. In the end, silence fell over the swamp. Its boiling waters lay calmed. The ticks and leeches were gone, while Gernichora lay among rotting leaves, covered in blood, unmoving. But still a fearsome sight.
Burn the corpse,
Rasped the queen.
and we move on.
The soldier's eyes darted about in a series of silent glances. It took Meve a moment to realize the difficulty. They still feared it. Though the monster's lifeless body lay on the ground, they dared not go near. Were she to repeat the order, they would carry it out. Yet she did not wish to force that on them. Swallowing her own revulsion, she walked up to Gernichora's corpse and set it alight. The air soon filled with the suffocating stench of burning hair and flesh. Sparks belched out as melting fat fell on flame. Until, finally, nothing was left of the bloody mistress but scorched bone. The Lyrians resumed their march towards the banks of the Yaruga. They forced their weary legs to maintain a swift pace, and stole no second glance at what they'd left behind.
What a nightmare.
One day, the quartermaster approached with news to report. Alas, bad news.
Your Grace, our food stocks have near run out. And about villages, folk have naught to spare, not even to trade.
The Queen dispatched small groups of scouts. They were to scour the countryside for hunting camps, beekeepers, charcoal burners, any souls willing to trade food for coin or goods. The first scouts came back around dusk. The last 3 detachments returned not at all. At first, Meve suspected they'd fallen prey to monsters, the beastly or Nilfgaardian kind. Later, she learned the men had left naught of their belongings behind. She'd been soft-hearted toward deserters. This lot decided they, too, would give it a try. That night, Meve lay still but sleepless. Beneath thin covers, she was cold, hungry, irate. Towering alders grow thick in Isgith. their crowns weaving an expansive canopy that obscures the sky. Any sunbeams to slip through this twisted thicket scatter in the milky mist below. Thus the marsh abides in a state of perpetual twilight, wherein a sense of time and direction are easily lost. As the force moved along, a glow appeared in the trees. The Lyrians squinted, their mouths agape in wonder. An orb hung over the water, pulsating, humming. It circled the soldiers, darted off a distance, then hovered as if waiting.
A will-o'-the-wisp, that is,
whispered one of the footmen.
Believe it's keen to show us something.
Meve knew the wisp could prove treacherous, lead them into a trap. Nonetheless, she followed, though not entirely certain why. Her soldiers seemed eager, she sensed they approved. Yet she was also simply curious.
We follow it. Carefully. Weapons at the ready.
As the wisp led the Lyrians down a narrow, winding path, Meve surveyed her surroundings warily. Beads of sweat emerged upon her brow. But her fears, in the end, proved unfounded, for at the path's end, the troops found what appeared to be a caravan's remains. Its wagons, rot-eaten, half-buried in the bog, had sat there for decades, perhaps longer. Despite this, gilded panels and scraps of silver-threaded fabric showed they'd once been rather ornate. Inside the wagons, the soldiers discovered many steel crates. Rust-covered but intact, they contained truly dazzling treasures. Sacks bulging with gold coin, pearl-encrusted goblets, exotic velvets and silks in beams.
Blimey, the sheer amount. And here of all places,
a footman muttered under his breath. Meve quickly pieced it all together. She too had once ridden in such a caravan, splendid and laden with gold, when she'd left her home to marry. The rest of the story was not difficult to divine. This was a maiden's dowry. She and her retinue lost their way. Isgith proved their grave, unbeknownst to any other. The wisp circled Meve's party, blinked several times, then faded into thin air. The troops resumed their march, and all seemed in order. Seemed, for soon several footmen were discovered to be gone. Greed had been their ruin. They'd grabbed too much. The loot had weighed them down, and the marsh had embraced them.
Okay, well, that was fun. We got some gold, and I guess we lost some men.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Enough chit-chat. Draw your weapon.
Give me a target.
Left, right, left, right.
Gods blast it! My breast chafes. Getting to work.
Not supposed to be any smoke.
spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me. Aye.
Again and again and again.
Caracas,
Hey, don't toss that. It's perfectly usable.
Death is only the beginning!
okay, I'm gonna throw in.
Arbalist at your command.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
It's not too late to walk away.
All right, that's no problem.
Discipline shall bring us victory!
Necessity! Invention's mum.
Right. He has 3 cards left. Two cards left.
Should have listened to me, old lady.
Okay.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
Shouldn't have even withdrawn this one. It's done. Alright, special rules. Help Nickers reach the end of the cave without turning back and collecting old soup and wine along the way. Okay. Okay, what did that give me anything? Nope, doesn't seem like it did. Alright, we're getting close to the Battle of the Bridge.
In evading Nilfgaard's banners, Meve led her force into Angren's wildest reaches. The foe could not attack the Lyrians there, yet hazards of another sort befell them. One day they reached a quagmire too vast and deep to ford. So the queen summoned her engineer, Xavier, and called on him to build a makeshift bridge. By nightfall, he had drawn up plans.
We shall start by laying abutments, then drive piles into the mire.
The depth?
We dropped plumb lines. 4 ells.
Consumed by the plans, Meve did not see as Xavier slipped a line off his shoulder. By the time she felt it on her throat, she feared it might be too late.
I long awaited this moment, when we would be alone. You die now, Majesty, and with you dies Lyria's, Rivia's, the whole North's will to resist. Hail, Ketzer! Hail!
What died was the Nilfgaardian rallying cry in Xavier's throat. At the last instant, Gascon and Reynard rushed in to save the warrior queen, and thus proved their loyalty beyond any doubt.
Your Grace! Your Grace!
There was no answer, but Reynard could hear her breathe. Meve would live. It was several hours later when Meve finally came to. She opened her eyes, then Gascon and Reynard helped her to her feet.
Careful, Your Majesty.
I should have been more careful earlier. Damn it. If you two hadn't...
No need for words. You needn't mention it.
I couldn't disagree more. We're due for a long conversation. First of all, I owe you thanks. Second, my trust in you both has been heavily tarnished. I believe that goes without saying. Yet today you proved beyond all doubt that I can rely on you. So I thank you.
To serve under your banner, Majesty, 'tis an honor.
Likely I'd have put it differently, but Reynard seems to have the right idea.
Very well. We've reassured ourselves of admiration for one another enough. We've matters to which we must attend. I trust as I lay there dead to the world, you did not sit about with your thumbs up your bums. Have you at least learned why Xavier betrayed us, sided with the Empire?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
Your Grace, the rogue who lunged at you, in truth, was one Gwalter ep Lwynoch, a Nilfgaardian spy.
Just a moment, that makes no sense. He saved my life in Mahakam, on the bridge.
He did, for he had to.
In one of the letters we found, Ep Dahi orders Gwalter to watch over Elder-in-Chief Hugh. The Scoia'tael in the mountains was sent there by Nilfgaard to recruit dwarves, but their commander, the Vixen, they feared she'd attack Bruva himself, something Ep Dahi wished to avoid.
Naturally. For someone else could seize power, someone not so neutrally inclined. Someone more likely to aid me, gods forbid. This discovery you made how?
We found in his toolbox a concealed compartment, letters inside. Though encrypted, we managed to decipher them. They were the Grey Rider for you to read.
The swine. An Imperial spy in my ranks this whole time. But to wait so long to strike, why?
He'd only just received the order. Another letter in the box signed by General Dahi stated, to Gwalter ep Luinoch, eliminate M at first opportunity.
Honourless bastards. They'll stop at nout.
Now, Maeve, you'll gain nout by getting riled. No sense to it. This is good news, in fact.
Is that so?
Think. Ep Dahi had a spy in our midst. He knew our movements, had his eye on us, his finger on the pulse. He knew our plans, who we parlayed with, and yet he didn't order your assassination. For you posed no threat. Well, clearly so much changed. Congratulations! Nilfgaard fears you now.
And rightly so. But we found him in the rubble at Rosberg, midst the ashes.
Precisely what placed him beyond suspicion.
We suspect Gwalter enlisted with the Edanians some years past, infiltrated that army.
He had a hand in Rosberg's defence. Then, when the time was right, he lent that same hand to its demise. Caused an explosion that tore a hole through its walls. It worked, but at a price. He suffered severe burns. If not for our medics, he'd have...
Stop. So it was not elves who brought about the fort's fall as he claimed?
A filthy lie to stoke the fires of racial hatred. To stir conflict and chaos and rage that would make the realm of Edirn waver and fall.
If we're to judge by Rayla's actions, he was rather successful.
Bastard. Yet even so badly hurt, in such pain, not for a moment did he drop his mummer's act.
I've heard much of Nilfgaardian spies, Your Grace. They're trained from childhood, face constant indoctrination. They do anything for the Emperor, anything and everything. As soon as Gwalter spotted a chance to join our ranks, to be at your side, he took it, exploited it ably.
To be brief, I've traitors all about me.
Your Grace, you resent our actions, I understand, but...
You, Willem, the Cad Caldwell, Gascon, Gabor, finally Xavier. Tell me how. How am I to trust anyone?
You can't. Amongst all the realms in the north, you're Nilfgaard's sole rival. One remaining threat. All other rulers either soundly defeated and enchained, or tails tween their legs, they've donned Nilfgaard's leash. The Black-Clads will do all to destroy you, if not upon the field, then in secret, with an assassin and a quick, sharp blade.
What's left? Prayer. My little A2 is sure to turn and take Nilfgaardian gold sooner or later. Ugh. We've talked enough. We must form up. Move on.
Majesty, you ought to rest. You stand swaying. Your step can't be too sure.
Only my horse needs step true.
Maeve, you've just about had the life choked out of you. No time to play the hero.
I'm not Gascon. Quite the opposite, actually. These damn swamps, they terrify me. I wish to get the hell out and never, ever look back.
The Aruga lies near. I sent scouts ahead. They've secured a barge. We can sail to Red Lobendon.
Splendid. Sound the horns. We march.
I'm pleased to see.
Duty calls.
Of course.
Yes, Your Grace?
It's time I attend.
Huh?
So long, Aniel. Yes? I must go.
All right. There's your bridge. Find the barge and leave Angren.
Sandflies and mosquitoes blanketed Maeve's face and neck. She did not bother to brush them away. She'd been in Angren long enough to know more would come in their place.
Your Majesty.
Reynard called from behind.
Our scouts have returned. We've a large force of blackclads on our tail, infantry and horsemen, and they draw nearer.
Blast!
Maeve wiped away the sweaty hair stuck to her brow.
What say you, Reynard? Shall we give them a fight?
We're but a few miles from the river, where a barge awaits. It makes no sense to battle now.
Though near her strength's end, Maeve stepped up her pace. She could not wait to stand upon a barge deck and leave Angren's infernal bogs behind. Alas, in place of the promised vessel, they found only severed moorings.
No! No, it can't be!
Suddenly, Maeve drove her fist into the trunk of the nearest tree. Fortunately, a soft and rotted one.
This isn't so!
Your Grace, have mercy. I stepped away but for a spell.
Croaked a scout, pale as a ghost.
And thieves jumped out the underbrush. Fell upon it. Whole band of them. A white-haired warrior. A minstrel. And a lass. What had a bow.
Well, is that all?
Interrupted Gascon.
No vampire sat upon an ass with no saddle? You're cocked up, man, damn it. Maeve, what now?
The Queen turned back towards the swamp. Between the trees, she glimpsed a golden sun glimmering upon a banner.
We shall discuss that later,
said the Queen, drawing her sword.
provided we survive.
Alright, shortened battle. Certain thieves, eh?
Everyone, rally to me! Drive them back!
Death is only the beginning!
Order!
Our ballista, your command. Armor won't save them.
Alba!
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Life is mine now.
Coin never stinks, no matter how rank the pouch.
Left, right, left, right.
Very gloire!
So much anger and suffering. For what?
For Demavend!
Wise choice.
You sure about that?
Should have listened to me, old lady.
again and again and again.
Nes tedatu.
Prepare to fight, if you've any honor.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Elherzer!
Left, right, left, right.
Well, that was...
Elherzer! Yes?
Yeah! Yeah!
Okay, let me try again. This time I'll avoiding the order cards.
Life is mine now.
Everyone, rally to me! Drive them back!
Alba!
One bolt all I need. There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Wise choice. Necessity! Invention's mum.
There, gloire!
Something from nothing. It's exactly what I do.
Aye.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Order!
Give me a time.
Okay,
I think
creating
you
a
really
trinket.
like this one.
Life is mine now.
Left, right, left, right.
Alba!
Arbalist to your command.
Nes tedatu.
Okay.
Yes.
You sure about that?
Oh. Just one more card, huh?
Hail Kerzer!
It's victory.
Your Grace, that was but their vanguard.
Near the battle's end, Meve faced a black-clad officer. Nimbly dodging his strike, she countered. The Queen's sword sank deep, the hilt rattling his breastplate. A rush of hot blood covered Meve's hands. The winged helmet toppled from the officer's head, exposing a sweaty face, gasping for breath.
Nin! When?
Before the Queen stood a ruddy-haired boy with long eyelashes. He was Willem's age, perhaps a bit older. His body slumped, then disappeared beneath the malodorous foam atop the murky waters. Meve cast away her sword as if it had burned her hand.
Majesty, what is it? Are you hurt?
Reynard said, rushing to her side.
No, I'm not. It's fine. Give the order to march. With no barge, we must walk to Red Lobington along the riverbank.
Your Majesty, we must tend to the wounded. Use the rest of the day, I wager.
We ain't time enough for that.
Interjected Gascon.
That was but the vanguard sent in pursuit to slow us down. And even so, they outnumbered us 2 to 1. What happens when the main force arrives? We must flee. Now.
And abandon the injured, to bleed to death in the mud.
Alas, Reynard, yes. Unless you'd rather we stayed and died with them.
Gascon is right. Should Nilfgaard close the distance between us, we'll stand little chance.
Phew. At least you've the sense to...
But I would sooner perish than let my men rot in this accursed swamp. The medics will tend to all the wounded. Then, what will be will be.
I tell you what'll be.
Snarled Gascon.
Ep Dai'll take a butcher's hook and gut you. Then hang you from Lyria capital's walls. Yet, if this be your wish...
Meve waited for the medics to sew the last stitch, tie off the last bandage. Only then did she order her force to move out. At the column's end, upon stretchers, lay those without the strength to walk, consumed by fever, dazed or unconscious, dying. Fatigued and laden with the wounded, the Lyrians moved slow as molasses. Soon Nilfgaard's forward elements had caught up. The Blackclads nipped at the Lyrian's tail with arrow volleys from the cover of trees and occasional forays by cavalry. They were in no hurry. They could torment their foes, weaken their spirit before the final clash. At long last, Meve spotted a dark form spanning the river's course, Red Lobington's bridge. Just a brief stretch more, and the Lyrians would find themselves beyond the invaders' grasp, free and clear of bogs, and the beasts that prowled them. Yet joy at this sight soon gave way to despair. The bridge was dark, black, from the horde of Nilfgaardians that held it. Clearly the Blackclads had divined the path of Meve's flight. and had cut off her last means of escape.
That's it. We're dead men. All! They'll cut us down to the last!
Meve shut her eyes, felt them sting with fatigue. She knew when she turned she could not show her men 1 ounce of fear, 1 pinch of doubt. She gripped her reins tightly. The leather dug into her skin, helping her hold back her tears. And when the Queen finally spoke, her voice was strong and boomed over the river's roar.
I know what you wish to hear.
The Queen began.
That the gods watch over us. That we'll come through the fray unharmed. That a friendly force is but moments away. Those would be lies. The truth is as bitter as it is undeniable. We stand cornered. Cannot win this fight. Cannot flee it. We can but choose how to die. Hanged from the boughs like common criminals. Or weapons in hand, like the fighters we are. I've made my choice. Time you made yours!
With that cry, Meve broke for the bridge toward a forest of spears into a deluge of arrows. She let the tears fall from her eyes. Tears of rage, fear, fatigue. It was not until she'd almost reached the enemy line that she dared glance backward. And she saw she was not alone.
Until the very last. Story battle. Meve had hoped she'd never die in her own bed, surrounded by snot-nosed, teary-eyed grandchildren. Rather, she wished for a worthy end, her armor shining brightly, Lyrian banner waving magnificently in hand. Yet under the current circumstances, it seemed more likely that she'd die among the rushes, filthy with sweat and mud trampled under the hooves of Nilfgaardian horses. Could this truly be the fate that the gods had decided for her? I do not believe so. Anyway, story battle, short standard battle, actually.
Defend the Queen! Valyria!
Should have listened to me, old lady.
We may die here today, but not on our hands and knees!
For you, pal! Anything! My boots got sand aplenty in them.
Arbalist at your command.
I warned you!
Hey, don't toss that. It's perfectly usable.
Again and again and again.
This harvest will be reaping black
Prepare
blood.
to fight, if you've any honor.
Necessity! Invention's mum.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
You sure about that?
army's a waste of time for one like me.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! We're friend, not foe!
Damn it, just gets better and better.
To the bridge! Cut the way back to the bridge! Bolster the defense!
I'm a one second.
The quill is mightier than the sword.
All right.
My prescription, a bit of bloodletting.
I'd hoped we could solve this some other way.
Now, how did that incantation go?
Okay, this ain't good.
Again and again and again.
All right, Geralt.
I saw them. No other way.
Inarin Yalde Crowfair.
Not supposed to be any smoke.
One bolt's all I need.
Off to the front yet again.
Order!
Death is only the beginning! Hail Katza!
Give me a target.
All right. 9. No, 8 cards.
Life is mine now.
Ooh. I might lose this battle, but
Your Majesty, no!
I've lost my tooth. Foot of a whore.
quick and painful this'll be.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Your Grace, our soldiers, they flee!
Alright, I'm gonna try this again. Because, quite frankly...
Defend the Queen!
Yep.
Valyria!
Barbarians.
Armor won't save them. This harvest, we'll be reaping black-clad heads.
Off to the front yet again.
We may die here today, but not on our hands and knees!
Lyria!
Again and again and again.
I warned you.
Wait, you're serious?
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
One bolt's all I need.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! We're friend, not foe!
Damn it, just gets better and better.
To the bridge! Cut away back to the bridge! Bolster the defense!
Give me a target.
Egreto dum anime est, fes est.
Necessity! Invention's mum.
Let's get this over with.
I fear not, for faith guides me.
Quiet, or the Commissar will hear.
Asking me for help. Now that's smart.
Alright, I want to destroy this one.
Now, how did that incantation go?
Oh, could murder a pint.
Alright, Isabel the Destroyer. We need to eliminate the Alba
Make love,
so that Geralt,
not war.
so that Geralt and the others can... It's not gonna be enough, is it?
Ballista, your command.
Your Majesty, no!
I've lost my tooth. Foot of a whore.
Something from nothing. It's exactly what I do.
Left, right, left, right.
Alright, this is going better. Even if...
Brach! Scheiß! In zwei!
Alright, Ike.
You'll never take me alive!
4 more cards. Let's see what we get.
What? Oh, yes, I'm on it.
Too many fucking cards, man.
Life is mine now.
Again and again and again.
Wise choice.
Order!
Okay. Final round.
Hail Katza!
Off to the front yet again.
Oh, damn it.
Your Grace, our soldiers, they flee! Defend the Queen! Valyria!
Barbarians.
I'm gonna try and win this first round.
One bolt all I need.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Hail Katza!
We may die here today, but not on our hands and knees!
Wait, you're serious?
Feel any burning? See a local healer or wise woman.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! We're friend, not foe!
Damn it, just gets better and better.
To the bridge! Cut away back to the bridge! Bolster the defense!
Make love, not war.
Eddard Fane!
God's blast it! My breastplate chafes.
Zweifel!
Give me a target.
Oh, could murder a pint.
That was not in the spellbooks. Wanna know why I got my scar? Quiet, or the Commissar will hear.
Left, right, left, right.
For Demavend!
What's a helmet if not a pot turned over?
Now, how did that incantation go?
Should have listened to me, old lady. Arbalist at your command.
I warned you.
Armor won't say.
Okay.
A dram of glue, a bit of soldering, a rivet or two, and it's good as new.
Alright, we're gonna get the Magna Division deploying in its full fucking might. If we don't stop it somehow.
Again and again and again.
Your Majesty, no!
I've lost my tooth. Foot of a whore.
There we go with the Magna Division.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
Alright, just got just
Life
a
is
question.
mine now.
Five of them.
Of course, as you wish, Master.
I'm gonna play this until the end. Not much I can do, really.
Wise choice.
Order!
My prescription, a bit of bloodletting. A highly curious case.
Your Grace, our soldiers, they flee!
That's so just fucking frustrating, really. Like, I get it. You
Defend
need to.
the Queen!
You need to keep.
Barbarians. Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Our ballista at your command.
And just when you thought things were about to get dull.
Armor won't save.
Alright, we need to deal with the heavy fire scorpion.
Wise choice.
We may die here today, but not on our hands and knees!
I warned you.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Left, right, left, right.
One bolt, all I need.
A knight should help. Our codex commands it.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! We're friend, not foe!
Damn it, just gets better and better.
To the bridge! Cut away back to the bridge! Bolster the defense!
Have her done in a jiffy.
A dram of glue, a bit of soldering, a rivet or two, and it's good as new.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Of course, as you wish, Master.
Aye.
Alright. This time I got that under control.
For Demavend!
I'm gonna use
Exerto
Geralt.
dum anima est, spes est.
Give me a time.
Okay.
Arbalist at your command.
Order!
When will you ever learn?
All right.
Not supposed to be any smoke.
Your Majesty, no!
I've lost my tooth. Son of a whore.
Okay, I still have Geralt and Kahir.
Again and again and again.
Alright, 107.
Life is mine now.
Should have listened to me, old lady.
Off to the front yet again.
Quite the
Wise
tricky
choice.
battle.
Wanna know why I've got my scar?
Order!
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
Hail Katza!
My prescription, a bit of bloodletting.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Almost done.
Hey, don't toss that. It's perfectly usable.
Alright, gonna play here. I think they changed this model actually.
As you wish.
Or did I change it myself? Alright, one more card. Unless it's a mega insane card. It's victory.
Fall back, blow it!
Two, 3 tries, 2 failed. Yeah, victory.
Meve was victorious on the banks of the Yaruga, but paid dearly for it. She lost a host of men and suffered harm herself. Yet she'd have been doomed, if not for a certain white-haired witcher. Meve longed to meet her mysterious savior, and set off in search of him as soon as the battle dust had settled. She found him with the field surgeon and learned he was none other than the witcher Geralt. Yes, incredible as it may seem, I've heard the tale from several and can vouch for its truth. At any rate, making naught of the fact that Geralt's ears were ringing from a blow with a mace, Meve began immediately to interrogate him.
Uther, faith Woodbridge?
Asked Meve, prodding him insistently. For a spell, Geralt worried his hearing was shot, but then realized the Queen had a lisp.
Worked out that way, I guess.
You guess?
Meve gagged on the blood in her mouth.
Someone hold me!
The Queen felt Geralt merited the highest honor, a knighthood. Another monarch might have delayed until a more opportune time, but not Meve. Meve delayed nothing.
Count Odo, Uther, do the honors. Alas, I cannot because of my tooth.
For valor shown in battle, I, Meve, by the gods' grace, Queen of Lyria and Rivia, hereby do knight thee.
Geralt of Praise unknown. The bridge you felled with men from Rivia. Or so you guess. I guess it falls to me to dub thee Geralt of Rivia.
And thus Geralt earned the first of his knighthoods. The second he would earn from an actual goddess.
Meve had come home, though by a circuitous route, through Edern's smoking embers, Angren's beast-infested quagmires, cross Mahakam's snow-capped ridges. But she had returned, cloaked in legend, a mighty army in tow. The moment was weighty, and not to be tainted even by Geralt of Rivia's disappearance, or dare we say desertion. The hero of the battle for the bridge was now a sought man. Yet Meve was determined to take back her realm, with or without the Witcher's aid. The Lyrians' daring escapade behind enemy lines, and the triumphant victory at the battle for the bridge that crowned it, breathed new life into the North's war effort. Bands of resistance fighters now swarmed the conquered lands, while Cedwyn and Redania, on the verge of swearing fealty to the Emperor, suddenly broke off talks with the invader. The Nilfgaardian war machine suddenly screeched to a halt, and the tide of war turned. Facing a united North, the invader had to withdraw the bulk of its forces from Lyria and Rivia. The way was cleared for Meve to retake her lost lands, defeat General Epdahi, and depose Willem. Or perhaps mother and son would not have to fight after all.
Milady, I come at King Willem's bidding.
Prince Willem's.
His Majesty proposes a meeting. No arms, no escorts.
His Majesty? Whelp's barely tall enough to reach his mother's bosom. For shame!
Silence. Let him say his piece.
His Majesty, Willem I, wishes to discuss the possibility of a truce.
He wishes to surrender. Is that his aim?
Your words, not mine, Your Grace.
I've a few more on the tip of my tongue. But save them I shall for later.
Willem I's chosen the site for the parley.
Willem I will choose nought. If he wishes to speak, let him meet me midst the ruins of Devil's Tower.
Understood, Your Grace. I'll relay your terms.
Willem's emissary rode off, serenaded by hisses and jeers. Frightened by the clamour, his horse reared and kicked. The rider forced his mount to obey with cracks of his crop, striking many more times than was necessary.
The fool. Nag'll toss him off first chance it gets. Soon as he loosens the reins.
No great loss, I wager. But tell me, your thoughts on this reunion?
Sounds a ruse to me. But I know that won't stop you.
Whence this certainty?
Come now, Maeve. At the end of it all, he's your son. You still care about him, it's obvious.
You're absolutely right.
Perhaps let bygones be bygones. Perhaps it's not too late.
Only one way to know. Let's go.
Maeve rode out clad in golden plate, her banners waving proudly overhead. She no longer led a band of ragtag partisans, but an army able to fend off an empire and drive its soldiers from her lands.
Ma'am, I've something you must see without undue delay.
All right, welcome back. So, to Maeve's land. So I need to cross all of this to get to this point. There's a lot of stuff anyway to find. But yeah, Costin here signing out. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and enable notifications, and stay tuned for more, ladies and gentlemen, because there will be.